Real estate agents, I'm concerned for you. So many of you are working 50 and 60 hours a week, thinking that you're making the right choices in what you should be doing. And quite honestly, as a coach, it's heartbreaking to me because for some of you, you're not getting the results, you're not getting the income, the transactions that you want, that you deserve. And as a coach, I'm on the other side thinking, gosh, if I could just bring you, I know where I can get you, I know how to give it to you, but I can't make you work. Some of you, when you look at your schedules, you're like, Karen, I am so busy, I'm overwhelmed, I don't have time to do everything. But when you really get down to the nitty-gritty and observe, half of the things that you're doing is not actually money-generating activities. So I want you to hear some stories of some agents that were struggling just like perhaps you are, and the events that they did to bring them the income that they needed. So take a look. If you don't believe me, just listen to them.
And right now, you're on a consistent road or path. You're making about $9,000 to $18,000 a month consistently. This isn't like, oh, 1 month I do this and next month I have next month, right?
Right.
So we're right now in July, so we have $75,000 that you didn't have before, and you'll close out this year well over the six-figure mark. For a new agent that's the goal, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I didn't know if it was possible, and I threw it out there, and just applied myself with what you've taught, and it's happening.
So what did we do? We went from 0 to 50.
Yeah.
And we have 23 that will be closing this month so far. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 listings that are brand new listings. So that's really exciting. And we're breaking into a new market. We're breaking into the condo versus the house market.
Yeah.
Which is a totally new thing for us.
Because you moved to that.
We went from the burbs to the beach. Yeah. So that was also a totally new experience for us that the program was very helpful with.
So obviously when I was in the coma, I couldn't do anything. My husband had the phone at first and my clients called my phone. So he picked it up and he was able to tell them what was going on and get them to my team. And my team carried on.
Yeah.
And they took care of my clients that I was working with before I got sick.
Yes.
So are you ready to hear what I did in my coma?
Yes.
So in my coma, the deals and the people I had been working with, and even one client that I'd worked with months ago who wasn't going to buy, went into a new builder and said, Jill Collins is my realtor. So I even had clients that were, deals that I didn't even know I had.
Yeah.
So the month of September, which would be my August, closing. Yes, I am closing $1.4 million in closing. It's going to be my highest commission month ever. God did it, and my team did it, and Karen Coffey did it. It was a combination of all of these things being in place, because otherwise I would have had no income, and I would be going into a month where I would be panicking, and what am I going to do? And now I can rest, kind of. It's not in my personality to rest, but
Not much, but we're trying.
Right.
We're trying to get you there.
Yes. But I have that income coming in because I had that team in place.
Yeah, I
And
know.
it made all the difference.
My income has doubled already from what it was last year.
Yeah.
And we're only in September, but I have all these great hot leads that I'm working with who are ready to buy or ready to sell.
Right.
But I'm not working harder. I'm not like overwhelming myself. I'm not stressed out because I know that it's the practices that I've been doing and implementing the things I learned from working with you last year.
Yeah. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about your result, because people want to know, okay, this is working great. What is the real result? And so I made some notes, and last year you did 80,000 for the year in 2019 in income, right?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
not the best year. Not
No.
the best year. Financially, it wasn't, but in every other way, it was a great year because I found you guys, and
Yeah.
slowly but surely, I kept practicing and implementing things, and today, it's working.
Today you're at 160,000 for 2020, and you took March off, so let's not forget that. And in the middle of a pandemic, when the average agent makes about $35,000 in North America. Can you believe that? It's like, okay, if that's what you want to do, no judgment. But 160, so that is what you have done just by taking the month off, and already for this year. This year's not even over yet. We have September, October, November, December, 4 months. You have a full pipeline. So I fully expect and know that it'll be over 200K for this year.
I went from having a lot of buyers running around rampant. I'm telling you now, my business has changed to listings. My agent is working my buyers, and I'm going in and I'm nailing those listing appointments. I've never had more listings. I'm not taking overpriced listings. It's just changed my whole business. And like, I have almost 11 things in contract right now as we speak. I mean, it's like insane. And
Shut the front door.
my three most recent listings all sold for, almost full ask, if not full ask, within 2 weeks we were in contract. I mean, just nailing it. And again, it's thanks to your program.
Well, I'll tell you,
So-
because you can go in with confidence. You know what you're doing. You know how to win those listings, and you know how to sell them quickly. Because nobody wants a bunch of listings sitting on inventory that aren't selling. That doesn't make us look good as agents.
Nope.
It just doesn't. We need to be serving our clients. We need to be serving the community and actually doing our job in a way that isn't salesy, isn't, slimy, chasing after, I think of realtors. Sorry, I am one, so I can say this. We have this reputation of like chasing ambulances.
Yeah.
And it's just,
Salespeople.
what's that?
It's being salespeople. Oh,
Yeah.
sales. And you've changed us to say,
Yes.
we are helping people.
That's
That
right.
is it. That is exactly what we're doing. And while yes, it's wonderful to get your commission check at the end of the deal, we're literally changing lives daily and helping people. And that's the conversation I have in my head now. Instead of making those phone calls and being like, they're going to hang up, they're going to do this, or whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm
They're
here to
not.
help you. Take me or leave me. You're lost if you don't transition to be a buyer or a seller of mine. That's how I see it now.
It's
I'm just here to help.
you put your best foot forward. You're
Yeah.
like, I am serving you, I am helping you, and I
Yeah.
don't care about your commission. And it's like I tell agents, I don't want another credit card, could care less about your credit card. Do not join my program.
Yeah.
Don't. Let me tell you, anybody that's watching, don't. I don't want you. And let me tell you what the other companies are doing. They're twisting your arm and they're telling you, this is the biggest mistake you'll ever make if you don't join us. I don't care. I want you to be like Jess. I want you to have a life-changing experience in your business, in your life, in your marriage, in the whole thing, not just your business. And I don't want your money. But what I do want is your intention to come in, be a success, do the work like we said, just do it for, it's not that long of a program. It's 12 weeks in and out. So Carrie, in the last 100 days, was taking a month off. So let's just say in the last, that's 60 days, but you did some things.
Yeah.
Over 4 million in volume, $104,000 in commissions under contract. That is huge. Congratulations. I mean, that is just, you had systems coming in, not that you liked all of them, but then we shored things up. I always like creating this foundation to allow you to just launch, to allow you to just be shinier than ever before, and to make it happen during this time. How in the world? I mean, you must be so proud of yourself.
I'm excited. If there's one thing that I have learned, it is I've gained confidence. And I mean, I've learned. There's not just one thing I've learned, but I mean, through this whole thing, I've gained confidence, and I feel more comfortable not having to rely on referrals, and with a lot of prayer and this coaching, my confidence has just risen, and I'm ready to just do even more.
Last year,
At the end.
last year at the end, my gross GCI was at 98,000, which wasn't a horrible year, but I mean, I've had a few better years than that, but like most realtors, it was like a roller coaster, and just tired of. I knew I could do more. I did. Let's see, that was doing 7 transactions, I believe it was.
Okay.
So I mean, it was not like a consistent, line of business whatsoever. So
right.
where I am now is completely different. I did 193 in the first 12 weeks of the year, and I'm on track to close, hopefully around 320 by the end of this year.
Somewhere between 320, 350, something like that by the end of this
Uh-huh.
year. That is huge. Now, let me just repeat the highlight here. 98,000 last year total, 193,000 in the first 3 months of this year. You'll close out somewhere between 320 and 350. That is totally amazing. Did you ever think that you would be at this, well, maybe you did, but I don't know, be at this place this year?
No, I thought I was going to have to, like most businesses, it takes a while to ramp up. And so when I decided to make this investment in my business and in myself, I was sort of mentally preparing for like a long road, maybe 3 years out. But then when I realized all the things that I really should have been doing with my business, and realizing that how that can generate more money, then I realized, okay, this is very possible to do this quickly.
Absolutely. Steve, what about you? Where were you last year?
Last year, I was trying to pull a rabbit out of a hat. Exactly this time last year, because obviously last year was COVID, right?
Yes.
Everyone shut down in real estate for a good 2 months, and I was playing catch up all year. So last year, I ended up doing about 75% of my total gross income in November and December.
Wow.
Which was crazy, but that was pulling the rabbit out of the hat.
Yeah.
A lot of stress involved with that. But at this time last year, I hired my first buyer's agent, who was brand new to the business. If I look now where I'm at a year from now, that agent's pulled in about $3 million, on his own so far. We've hired another agent. I've hired an admin. And I've already doubled what I did last year at this time, and I'll probably double at GCI. We're going to end up at close to 450 for the year. 450,000.
That is just amazing.
When I joined your program, I just skyrocketed me I did 5 million. So going from like 1.3 million to 5 million, a little over 5 million, and made about 150 the next year was just amazing to me, because it was something that I never thought was possible for me, and still doing it part-time.
Because you still had your full-time job.
Yes.
And so
definitely
having those systems, right? I always laugh and go, well, how could you do that, Brandy? How could you be able to work a full-time job? Because here's the thing. So many women are like, I have this job. I can't make the kind of money, or there's things that I can't do because of the full-time job. And we get it, right?
Yes.
So how were you able to do it? Not specifics, but.
Right. So the way I was able to do it is I took a leap of faith. I joined your program, and I had been seeing some stuff about your program for a while, and I'd been wanting to do it, but I wasn't sure. So I kept on like back and forth. And I finally was like, just do it. Just pull the trigger. Just, try it out. And honestly, I was just so happy, because all of the systems you have in place, everything that you have, it's just a step to step, getting me to the next level, giving me the confidence, the mindset. It's just been amazing, your program. And I've just been so happy with it.
I hope you've gotten some amazing inspiration from these agents. They inspire me every single day. If you think for a moment that this just might be a fit for you, we would love to talk with you. Our systems are beyond anything out there in the industry. We'd love to have that conversation, but first, go to KarenCoffey.com/making agents wealthy, and we look forward to seeing you.